Welcome back. Update your LinkedIn. LinkedIn is my favorite social media platform. It's incredible. It's got so many different features. It is the best tool, in my opinion, that one can use to get interviews and connect with everybody in the marketplace. There's so many things you can do on LinkedIn, and in order to stand out, you really want to make sure that your LinkedIn profile is completely up to date. Now, it's a lot of work to make it look good, but in my personal opinion, LinkedIn is even better than resumes at getting you interviews, and I'm going to show you why. Let's go to my LinkedIn. So this is what LinkedIn looks like when you first log in. You have your main profile here on the left, and then you can look at your network, search jobs, message people, and go to your own profile. You can even post things like you do in Facebook. But really quickly, let's go take a look at my profile first. At the very top of my profile, I've got two very engaging photos. It's pretty clear I'm a pilot. I'm also smiling in my photo, which really shows enthusiasm. There are some people that have LinkedIn profiles without photos. I really do not recommend this. In order to have a successful LinkedIn profile, you need to look energetic. You need to look like you're willing to work hard, like you're an agreeable person that would work well with a team. You don't want to look like an engineer that sits in the corner of a room and doesn't work well with others. So put in a picture of you that's smiling. You really need to look good. The lighting has to be good. Don't put in a bad picture. Look professional. And think of just a few words, 5 words that can describe you. For me, I'm an electrical engineer, a pilot, and an investor. Me specifically, I have a creator profile. So I have followers as well as connections. But right now I have about 1,800 followers and connectors. You want to have as many as possible. The more people that you know, every single person that you've ever worked with or interacted with, all your students, classmates, colleagues, work friends, whatever you can, connect with them on LinkedIn. You never know who you might know through them and what jobs you could get through them. Definitely put in an about section. Who are you? What are you looking for? This is very similar to the objective section inside of your resume. What are you looking for? What defines you as a person? And then put in all of your experience. And if you take a look at my experience, you'll see that I have everything in here, and everything that I've ever done is here. Your education, fill that out properly. Make sure it's very clear what you did, where you did it, and all your licenses and certification and volunteers and your skills. The good part about the skills is that you can go and endorse others and they can endorse you for the skills that you have, and that stands out in front of your profile. Anytime you've had any sort of publication, if you've written a paper, a book, whatever you've done, maybe you have patents, you definitely should add those to the bottom. All the projects that you've worked on, specifically the ones that you put on your resume, should come to the top. Your languages, your honors and awards, as well as any organizations you've been a part of. Make sure that all of this looks picture perfect. And you really want to look at this from the perspective of a recruiter. Do they want to talk to you if they look at your LinkedIn profile? Do you look engaging? Do you look enthusiastic? Do you have everything up to date, or have you been lazy and you haven't updated everything? I can tell you from my personal experience being on the other side of hiring, if someone's LinkedIn profile is not completely up to date, and it looks like they haven't put enough effort to making it up to date or making themselves stand out, that just shows me that they're not willing to go the extra mile. And I personally would have reservations about even interviewing them, let alone hiring them. Now I'm going to show you why LinkedIn is so important. What you can do in LinkedIn is reach out to recruiters directly, as an example. So the first thing you can do is type in recruiter in the search tool. And then click people. Now, it's now going to bring up a list of people that have the title recruiter in their profile. And let's say you wanted to apply for jobs at SpaceX. You could select the current company, type in SpaceX, and show the results. And now it's going to show you all of the technical recruiters at SpaceX. And you can connect and reach out directly to each one of them and ask them if they have any job openings for you. For example, Nicole Lamott, She's a SpaceX recruiter. I can go here, I can message her, and I can send her a message that says, hey, my name's Arya. I'm an electrical engineer. I'm super passionate about space, and I'm looking to see if there is a job opportunity for me at SpaceX. Guess what? Now you have a direct connection to a recruiter. How else are you going to get that? There's no other way. There was no way for you to figure out that Nicole even works at SpaceX, what her email is, or how to reach out to her unless you had a LinkedIn. And guess what the first thing she's going to do when she reads your message? She's going to go look at your profile and see if you're worthy of a response. If your profile is not up to date, if you don't have a picture, if all your experience is not there, if your education is not there, Nicole's not going to respond to you. So this is one great thing you can do. Another thing you can do is actually apply to jobs directly. So if you press this Jobs tab, you can go take a look at jobs that are recommended for you. You could even do a job search, and you could say, I want to be an electrical engineer. And it'll show you all of the electrical engineering jobs that are available. You can filter them by various different types. You can open up all the filters and potentially say, well, I want an entry-level electrical engineering job, and I want to do it at any company full-time, and I want it to be remote so I can work from my basement. Show over 1,000 results. It provides you the ability to directly apply to the job. And if you're in the United States, most jobs now require you to actually post the compensation range, the salary range. So you have all the information you need to make a very good decision. You can very quickly see where these jobs are, but they're all remote. You can very quickly apply to them. And in some cases, if they have worked with LinkedIn, you can do a LinkedIn Easy Apply for this job. And that just takes all of your profile information and matches it directly with the job. So you don't actually have to retype in all the stuff from your resume, put in a cover letter, or write about your experience or answer any of their questions. It's just a one-click easy apply. Now, most companies don't do that, but you can see there are some, like 1, 2, 3 companies here that have LinkedIn Easy Apply. Honestly, if you want to get as many interviews as possible, apply to as many jobs as you can on LinkedIn, especially those with Easy Apply, because they really require no work. All you have to do is find the jobs and then press Easy Apply. You don't have to fill in all the information and answer all their questions. But really good companies typically are not going to have Easy Apply. That's generally what I've noticed. So for example, if you wanted to apply to SpaceX, and I know I use this company as an example, but it's because a lot of people want to work there. There's no remote jobs at SpaceX, for example. So you'll have to go in and remove the remote, say fully on-site, and it'll show you about 23 different results. And you'll see that SpaceX, for example, does not do LinkedIn Easy Apply. You actually have to go and apply to the job yourself. So for example, here's an electrical engineering position on the Crew Starship Avionics. You press apply, it takes you to the SpaceX website. You can go down and apply. Now, the application is kind of annoying, but it's really not that big of a deal. You put in your first name, your email, your phone number, and all that. Attach your resume. You don't have to put a cover letter. Talk about your school, your GPA. SpaceX really loves GPA, and the SAT scores and all that stuff. Answer their general questions, what their professional work experience is, and do you meet the basic qualifications, and are you legally authorized to work? And then you click submit. This should probably take you about 5 minutes to complete. But back to LinkedIn, truly amazing tool. It's really incredible what you can do. I'm going to show you one other thing that you can do to get more interviews. Go to your own profile after you've set everything up and press on your connections list. Now you can see all your total connections and who you're connected with. And maybe you might be connected with someone that you hadn't thought had moved to a company that you now want to work for. You can filter them by company. So let me go ahead and filter my connections by SpaceX. And I can see that I know a bunch of people that currently work at SpaceX. I can message them directly, and these are friends of mine, right? Or people at least that I've known at work or in some professional setting. And I can say, hey, Josh, I am looking for a job and I want to work at SpaceX. I'm super passionate about space. Do you think that you can connect me with a recruiter? And that just gives a sense of personal connection, and you're way more likely to get an interview if somebody that knows you refers you to a job rather than you just directly cold applying to a job. So definitely get LinkedIn. It is super worth it. Fill in your profile, make sure it looks extremely professional. Get somebody else to review it for you, and reach out to recruiters, reach out to your connections, apply to as many jobs as possible. Don't be lazy. Use LinkedIn and update it. In the next video, we're going to talk about how to get more interviews.